I love drama and I love being not involved, but just like knowing of the drama. Most whenever it doesn't involve me because at the end of the day, it doesn't involve me. What I didn't realize is Reddit. Reddit isn't the best place ever, but I've just recently discovered Reddit. Not even joking. I've known Reddit has exists because, whenever you search something, it pops up and it gives you the Reddit. But I never had the app downloaded. It would always be like, do you want to download it? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I don't care because I've heard the worst things about Reddit, but I didn't realize Reddit can be kind of fun. Reddit can be, I don't want to say informational. We're gonna read on the subreddit. Is that what it's called? See, that's the thing. I don't know a lot of the lingo for Reddit. I'm very, very, very new to Reddit. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. But we're going through, am I the... Now, I've seen videos on TikTok. I've seen YouTube videos of stuff like this. I've never done my own little scroll on there. So let's do that together. Let's determine who's right, who's wrong. It's always gonna be me. I'm always gonna be right. Am I the for not correcting my son because he defended a girl in the store? My son, 12, is one of those kids who will tell you about yourself and call you out in a second. But he will also call himself out if he knows or even thinks he's in the wrong. With that being said, I don't see where my son did anything wrong here, and that's why I'm asking for an outside opinion because his dad and I are in a disagreement over it. I took my son to Walmart to buy a game for his Switch that he saved up for. I also needed some things as well. I love how they give context like that does not, like, you could have left that out, but I love that it's a little YouTube story time moment. We go to the front of the store to pay for my items as he paid for his in electronics. Okay, paying. Oh, yeah, she said he saved it up for himself. Okay, King. Okay, 12-year-old entrepreneur. There was a young woman there. She looked to be early 20s. It was me. This was me. She was wearing a shorter skirt about mid-thigh length on her. Okay, so what about the finger test? Stand up, put your fingers down, girl. Was it below or higher than your fingers? If you know that, you're traumatized from high school. Well, apparently these two older ladies behind me decided to loudly proclaim how this woman was probably... Oh my god! Because only I would ever wear that short of a skirt. Wait, wear a skirt that short. Sorry. Of course the young woman looked uncomfortable, so of course they asked me what I thought. Why are you're checking out in Walmart and this is what you do? What? I look at the gum and look at the candy and think about if I should buy that or not. Before I could get a word in, my son looks at them and said, they sell mind your own damn business and not be judgy jerk face on the same aisle Bibles are sold on. Okay, ate him up, King, ate him up. Of course, these ladies decided to inform me that my son was disrespecting them. My son then told them they shouldn't expect respect. Okay, tongue twister. When they disrespect, holy Dr. Seuss, hold on. My son then told them that they shouldn't expect respect when they disrespect others. I told him I agree with my son. We then left. When I told my ex, he said that, wait, why are you telling your ex? Oh, it's his dad, probably. Okay. I was like, why are you randomly texting your ex about this? Okay. When I told my ex, he said that I should have made our son apologize for disrespecting his elders, and I said, no. I truly believe that my son was in the right here. I told my son he was in the right because he stood up for someone else who was being bullied by strangers in a Walmart. So, Reddit, am I and my ex is right, or are me and my son right? I think you and your son are absolutely right, and your son ate them up. I think he didn't really say anything too bizarre, if he would have, been throwing out swear words, throwing out, big, he called them a judgy jerk face. You know what I mean? That's not, he ate them up. He did it perfectly. Yeah, because it's why else are you involving other people in the line at Walmart? That's weird. That's really weird to do. Being hey, what do you think about her skirt? She looks doesn't she? What? Calling her... It's crazy. That's so mean. And also, we're not going to combat evil with evil, but I think he did it just fine. You and your son are good. Let him keep devouring these old people. This one sounds good because it could possibly be me as well. Am I the for ordering pizza at my friend's wedding because there was no food? Me and my wife were invited to my friend's wedding. The wedding was going to be about 70 people with mostly family. When we got there, we were seated at the table with some other people, nice people, and we mingled and had a good time chatting. The wedding also was quite nice, and both my friend and his new wife were very happy. After the ceremony, every table got 2 bottles of wine, bread, butter, and there was also an open bar, so we started having a few drinks, and then the food came out. It was really good. The food was set up for a buffet. I was half buzzed and looked forward to getting some food in my belly. When it was time to eat, every few tables at a time were going to get called, which is fine. The first few tables were understandably the family of both sides, then the rest were. The problem was that the family members, his in-laws, are larger people. Not the fat shaming. Now, I don't shame people for how much they eat, but I noticed helpings of food they had while I was patiently waiting for us to be called. I also noticed they went for seconds before all the tables were called and no one stopped them. Okay, that's messed up. That's a little... I didn't say anything though. I thought that it was rude. I just assumed that there was a lot of food. To my surprise, by the time we were called, there was nothing left. I asked if there was more coming out, and apparently that already occurred. Damn. What much did the in-laws get? So we grabbed the little we could and went to sit down and ate the scraps. We were still pretty hungry, a bit pissed off, so we kind of bashed and talked for the first... I'm sorry, when people type it in this format, I can't read it. I can't read this. I can't read that. At the first few tables, ate all the food. Someone mentioned that they could go for some pizza, and then I drunk an idea of ordering some. So that is what we did. We all pitched in and ordered 4 large pizzas and some chicken wings from a local pizza joint close enough to the venue so it didn't take long to be delivered. I met the guy outside and brought the food to our table, and we started to eat. Some of the other tables noticed and asked where the pizza came from. Apparently, some of the other tables close to ours didn't get any food either, so we shared with them. This caused some commotion because other people were looking for and asking the wedding party if there was pizza available. Yeah, those 2 tables were waiting for that pizza. Those in-laws were like, where'd that pizza come from? Why didn't we get any? I guess there was others that didn't get to eat either. We did share with anyone who asked us. My friend came to talk to me about why I ordered the food, and his bride was not happy about it. It ruined the aesthetic. So I told him that we didn't get to eat and that the food ran long before our table was called, and we were really hungry. And he asked why we didn't just step out and eat then come back. What? Eat that pizza outside? No. Well, yeah, I sort of do agree. Though annoyed about that, I respectfully explained to him that we were all drinking on an empty stomach and that it probably wasn't the best idea to have drunk people walking around looking for food. I don't think he liked that, but went back to his bride, who was glaring at us like what we were supposed to do, starve? That wasn't the end, though. I think, as of right now, you kind of are the... because I wouldn't have done that. As a picky eater, I was more so thinking that there wasn't just anything that you like. There's a lot of times that I just starve through events. I would never be that bold to order anything, and I think I would also be pissed if someone did that to me. I would feel really bad that the food ran out, but I would rather someone come to me and be like, hey, there's no more food. What are we supposed to do? If they asked me and then I said, all right, you know what, fine, you guys can order a pizza. But the fact that it wasn't, discussed with them too, I do kind of agree. Maybe it doesn't go with the aesthetics of it. It doesn't go. It's just, as we were finished eating, one of the in-laws came to our table, and he asked where the pizza came from. This is where I am maybe... There were 2 slices left, and I knew he was eyeing them. I asked the other people at my table if they wanted one. Everyone declined. This guy then said he'd have one. I then took 2 of the slices, and I put them on my plate and started to eat them. Then looked at him and said something like, no, you and everyone at your tables had way more than your fair share of the buffet and ate all of it. This is the reason we ordered the food in the first place. And now you have the nerve to ask us to share? His face went red, and he returned to his table. You ate him up. You were bright, but that is you know what I mean? No pun intended with the eating him up. The bride looked even more ticked off at us, and she had a bit of an argument with my friend. He eventually came back to tell us we had to leave. I didn't mean to start any problems, so me and my wife had called a cab and left. He called me a few days later, and we had a long talk. I explained my perspective, and he agreed that the in-laws were really rude in eating all the food and leaving most of it to the other guests was very little. A lot of people actually complained to him about it. Oh, okay. See, that's the thing. You should have just talked to him about it. He was upset with his in-laws because he told them how many guests there would be and ordered the food for that many people. He also saw how much they were taking, but assumed they ordered enough. He was wrong. He brought this up with his wife, and she said that apparently because the in-laws paid for the alcohol and the food, they're entitled to eat what they wanted. No. Yeah, if you ordered enough for everyone, you wanted all the scraps, you wanted all the second round of food, that's fine. If you think you deserve the second rounds of food after everyone has ate, but no. Wait, so she mad at the in-laws? He also said that a lot of other non-family guests started to leave soon after we left because they were too hungry. They still had fun celebrating, but it did kind of put a downer on their special day. Out of 70 people, about 30 left. I also found out that the guy that came in the table was his father-in-law. That's what I was thinking. Father-in-law was really embarrassed by what I said to him. He felt pretty bad when he found out close to half the guests didn't get to eat anything and left early. Good! Be embarrassed. That's weird. I think you are the ordering food just without their permission. I think you should have talked to them about it, figured it out, worked it out on the remix. I would be mad if I was the bride, unfortunately. It's a crappy situation because her dad clearly ate all the food, and it's like a tough conversation to have with the person that ate all the food and it's paying for all the food, so that's a bit awkward, but it's one of those things, you just gotta let them have their special day, even though you're starving. And drinking on an empty stomach, that means just stop drinking. There was no snacks, you know what I mean? You know when the food's gone, but the dessert's out, so you're just eating too many, like, macaroons, brownies, whatever's sitting out, like, you're just eating too much of that at that point. That's what I do. I just overload on dessert if there's no food that I like. I don't blame you, that's the thing. I don't blame you, but for jumping out of a bathroom window to avoid my mom's attempt at forcing a reunion between me and my ex-fiance. Some backstory. I'd been dating my ex-fiance, Sarah, for 4 years. We had been planning to get married in November of 2020, but I found out at the start of this month that she cheated on me. She begged me to give her another chance, but I broke it off. The problem that being cheated on is, in my mind, completely emasculating and humiliating. Okay, that's not it. So I never told anyone. That was the reason we broke up. For obvious reasons, Sarah also didn't tell people we broke up because she cheated, so people have blamed me for the breakup, including my mom. They just see that I dumped her out of the blue. I've gone very strict no contact with Sarah after I discovered she was cheating on me. Sarah had been talking with my mom and had also convinced her that if we talked one more time, we would be able to reconcile. My mom has also been applying hardcore pressure on me to talk to Sarah, but I've explained that there was no chance we will ever get back together. Like, ever. So tonight I go over to my mom's place because she's hosting for family for Christmas Eve. I'm there for a bit talking with my aunts and uncles and cousins when the doorbell rings and I can see it's Sarah. I ask, WTF is going on? And my mom says she invited Sarah so we can work this out on the remix in the spirit of the holidays. Bye! Lock that door. I'm pissed now because the only way to explain my side of the story is to tell everyone I was cheated on, humiliation, in front of my whole family. So as my mom goes to the front door, I go to the bathroom. My mom starts knocking on the door saying I need to come out and talk to my ex like an adult. I say out the window screen and get in my car and go home. My mom called a short while ago saying she's cutting ties with me over my behavior. She's really fixated on me jumping out the window and that Sarah will always be like a child to her. My sister called me after to ream me out for ruining Christmas. I broke down and told her that Sarah cheated on me, which is why I dumped her and I didn't want to see her under any circumstances. She called me a big a-hole and was lying to cover for myself. Okay, here's the thing. I do think you should have told everyone right away because, yeah, now people are going to claim you're lying and making it up, blah, blah, blah. They shouldn't. For your sister to be calling you a liar is crazy. Same thing if your mom were to do that, that's also crazy. That's not true whatsoever. It's so valid that you jumped out the window, but I think you should have opened that door and been like, she cheated on me. I would have been like, okay, yeah, let's talk about it. You cheated on me. That's what I would have done. So, no, you are not that for this, and I think that it's totally fine. It's just giving very movie, and I'm glad that you were able to have that experience. I've only seen that in movies. I've never heard anyone actually do that, so good for you. My for telling the cashier that wasn't the girl's credit card. I don't know what that means, so let's see what that says. I was in a higher-end department store today, rhymes with looming tales, and happened to end up next to two teenage girls while shopping. One of the girls had picked up a pair of very expensive boots. They were both fawning over them. Second girl must have looked at the price tag and asked Boots Girl if she's really going to spend that much on boots. Boots Girl. Put some boots, girl. Girls with boots. Like, I love... Don't name them. I love Girl with Boots. Girl with Boots says something along the lines of, it's fine, I have my dad's credit card, I'm not paying, which instantly caught my attention because that's not her card. I've told my son multiple times he's never allowed to use my card, so I'm interested to see how this girl thinks she's going to get away with fraud. I end up at the same register, me behind them, and I see her total hit well over 4 digits. Damn, I didn't know Looming Tales was that expensive. I didn't know that. Okay, Rachel Green working there. The girl's about to swipe her card when I decide that I can't let her get away with something like this. And someone has to parent this kid if no one else will. No, that's not how public situations work. I tell the cashier that isn't her card, but her father's, and I'm not sure she has permission. Girl and friend. turn and glare at me, giving me possibly the dirtiest look I've ever seen. I swear this girl was going to throw a tantrum right there. I don't think she was ever told no. Girl tells cashier her father gave her card to shop because it's the store's credit card and it gives him points. Now that I pointed out it wasn't hers, cashier tells her she can't use that card. Girl tries to show ID to prove that they have the same last name. Yeah, that will help. And I tell her it's still fraud. Girl says it's not fraud because she has permission and tells me to mind my own business. I tell her that it is my business because she's doing something illegal and she needs to pay with her own card or I will call the cops. Girl's pissed now and people are glaring at me. She uses her own card and leaves crying. Cashier looks at me and I tell my husband when I get home. I like how cashier looks mad at me. I thought it just said cashier looks at me. I was like, okay, thanks for sharing. I do think that you are the because it's one of those things that technically, yeah, but it's not your business. It's really not your business, and that's just really crazy. That's really crazy to just get involved like that. Like, why do you care that much? I would like to believe the girl that it is, her dad's card. She gets points. He gets points. Blah, blah, blah. Who knows? Maybe the dad just gave her the card. Maybe it's like not even a point system. He's like, all right, here you go shopping. It's not your business. So I do think that you are and it's not your business. Do know that they do systems now where you can become a part of the card, like where you can be a card holder, and then they'll also send you your version of their card. You are getting way too involved. It would be different if she was like, I stole this credit card off the ground, let's spend all the money, but it's a family affair. It's not your business at all. Sorry, girl, you are mind your damn business. Doing weird, awkward poses whenever my mother-in-law accidentally, the quotes on the accidentally is crazy because why is she possibly not accidentally walking in on me in the bathroom? So my mother-in-law, I'm a gal by the way, came to stay with us for a few weeks till her home is renovated for Christmas. Renovated for Christmas is crazy. Why are you re-renovating your home for Christmas? The problem is that she's been randomly walking in on me while I'm in the bathroom. Thankfully, not once has she seen me naked because I started picking up on her behavior after the second time in a week. Why is it sound like she's doing it on purpose? She'd barge in and then turns and says, oh, sorry, then close the door. I tried talking to my husband about it, but he kept ignoring me, then flat out said,
so what if she accidentally sees you naked? She's family!
That don't mean, we have a lock and I could have used it, but I do have past trauma from the idea of being locked in a bathroom. After my brother locked me in the bathroom when I was 5. That's valid because I do the same thing. I used to confidently lock myself in rooms, but ever since I had my seizure, I don't lock myself in a bathroom anymore. I mean, like public, obviously I do, but if I'm at my house, I also only use my private bathroom so people don't, if they see the lights on, doors closed, they don't come in. That's like, you gotta respect that she don't want to lock the door. So I came up with this idea. I'd go inside the bathroom pretending to use it and wait for her to come, because honestly, it's deliberate at this point. When she accidentally barges in, she'd see me in a weird, awkward position. For example, doing a ballet stand, standing on the toilet, or standing facing the wall with my hands up, fully clothed, of course. I could see how awkward and weird this would be for her, because she'd stand there for a few seconds trying to figure out what I was doing. It was hilarious the first, seeing her initial confusion, but she told my husband about claiming she's caught me practicing rituals in the bathroom. Why are you walking in on her in the bathroom? I would say to her, I would be like, why are you trying to go in on her in the bathroom? I cleared things up with him and revealed the reason why. My husband was livid. What? He called me childish and said that I made his mom feel terrified / weirded out. She's purposefully trying to walk in on her in the bathroom. That's weird. By my behavior. He said I should have acted maturely and locked the damn door instead of playing mind games. That's not mind games. That's just like, okay, you want to walk in on me? Here's what I'm doing when you walk in. The fact that she took it as rituals is weird. Not am I it's who's the weirdo? The mom's the weirdo. It's an update. It says my husband and his mom are extremely upset with me. He still thinks it's ridiculous and is demanding an apology before she goes back to her home. I'm not sure if I'll apologize because yes, while it was a me problem that I couldn't use the lock, it still feels wrong. Oh, she's saying at least she got a bit of a chuckle out of it. I agree. It's one of those things. I don't think it's like be so upset. Like I don't understand why the husband's so upset over it. It's not like you need to apologize, and it's just, why does she keep walking in on you? That's like weird. It's like if you see a light on, door shut, why are you, I would say, Mom, why are you being a freak? Stop being a freak. Like, what? That's so weird. It's not an accident. Also, like, why does she keep doing it? I would ask other people, I'd say, does she walk in on you, or why is she just doing it to me? Why does she just want to see me? Holy crap, there's a lot of not. I forgot that these are like confession style thing. Like, I love whenever it's like, me, female, 28. Me, male, 23. Like, I just think those are so funny written. And also, these people are a lot bigger with their words than I realized. I honestly thought there'd be a lot more a-holes out there. I didn't realize that there was going to be a lot of people that I was like, you know what? I rock with you. You get it. But I wonder how, like, crazy it is to post and then be like, yeah, you're wrong. Let me know what other subreddits you want me to read, if there are any other ones like this out there, or if you have specific posts on here you want me to react to, you just want me to scroll through this again, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I'll see you guys next week. As always, stop being so hydrated. Peace out. I love you guys. Bye.